Hey profit takers, welcome back to another video. So we are going into week 2 of January, and last week when I recorded this video we talked about the bias for, I think it was the indices. I'm looking at NQ right now. I do believe I talked about that, and also talked about, I think it was YM as well, and the bias for, we had the double inside days, and it played out rather nicely. So if you were able to catch that trade, guys, congratulations to you. Let me get my pen. Okay, let's see if I can do this. All right, so the thing about these giant bars, I always used to be hesitant to take these trades, once the market opened, once the news was released. But the best way to do that, to manage that anxiety, is to just wait for it, right? So this is a 5-minute chart, and we had this giant bar, And let me go to the 1 minute. There we go. I mean, it's kind of hard to jump into that thing. And I don't suggest that you get in front of the news, because you never know what they're going to do, right? You never know if they're going to spike it up before they drop it. So your best bet is to just wait for the first bounce. And this one came in right on time at 9:30. I couldn't believe it. Was it 9:30? Yeah. So after it pulled back, yep, 9:30. The drop came in. We had the first bounce, and then we had the low hanging fruit, which this would be that right here. Okay. And then that was it. That was the end of the trade, right? So you don't have to be too anxious about non-farm, like I used to be. And, you just be patient and wait till the 3rd hour, and the trade will present for you to take without any stress. Okay. All right. So what are we looking at for today? Well, not today, but for tomorrow, because today is Sunday as of right now. And I'm trying to see where we're going to be. Put this back here. All right, there we go. So as of right now, guys, we did break through this major low here. Now, the next step, obviously, are we going to continue to break lows? The market is, it's open right now. So I'm just going to be waiting to see if this level is going to, if it's going to hold, and if this inside higher high is going to be used for an indication that we may have an opportunity to go long. Again, not sure, but I'm looking at these levels, so it could definitely come to this area. Let me make this a little smaller and get my pen here. There we go. It could definitely come to this area, guys, and then have equal highs with this level and continue to drop. And then, or it could come to this area and then give us a little indication of we got a higher high. Not that it would necessarily continue to go long on Monday. I don't know. It could be Tuesday, but it's just something to look at. This is a very good area, okay, to pay attention to. All right, this higher high inside. So that is NQ. Again, we are now, if you're using the indicator here, the dashboard counts, and we know when you have a peak high, right? We have broken out of this level. This is day 1. Once the next day breaks the opposite side, now this becomes day 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now that's how I learned to count after watching Stacy Burke. But in BTMM, I was trained to count. Oops, it's not what I wanted. There we go. I accidentally hit the whiteboard. I was trained to count the days after the peak as 1, 2, 3, and then 4, right? So I just, I like the way Stacy trains, because it keeps it simple. You got a peak high. It's broken out of the previous day level. The next day, once it breaks this level, not only do you have a first red day, right? It's broken through the level. Now you can count this as day 2. And I just think that works. And the indicator, also plays along. Okay. So I would just stick to that, right? Now, obviously, the days that don't count are the inside days. We don't necessarily count those days, right? That won't necessarily be 3. The third day would technically, actually, this was non-farm, so we would have had 4 days. It's a 4-day template because non-farm often takes 4 days to get it together, right? Let me delete that. All right. So that's what I'm looking at in Q. Let's see if ES, which is S&P, same thing. Yeah, pretty much, guys. Pretty much the same thing. Again, we're continuing to break lower. So again, the market's just open. Not sure what's happening here yet, but it's very early. Again, it could come to this level and it could continue to break lower, or it could break up. That's something I would be looking for once the market's open. Let's look at the Russell. Same thing. They're all the same, guys. Yep, they are all the same. So we'll just keep an eye out on those, on what it's going to do. Okay. And that's it for right now. The majority of these are already maxed out in their 8 allotted pips, which is the average daily range. And it's just lets you know that this market could potentially reset and continue to break down, or it can continue to stay out of balance. Obviously, right now we are out of balance, and I also like to indicate closed and out of balance with these little green boxes. Okay, it's just easier to see, and that lets me know that, again, this could come up to this 380R, and then it could go sideways, and then maybe on Tuesday, like I said, it's gonna break on the other side of the range. Who knows what's gonna happen? But for right now, guys, I'm just gonna wait to see if this thing is going to give us an opportunity to continue to short this market. Maybe it will for Monday, and then maybe on Tuesday, because Monday's an open range, right? So the idea with the open range is it going to extend Friday's low? Because right now this is the low. Well, obviously, yeah, that is the low for the previous week. So it could totally just do this too. Let me get my pen back out here. It could break out of Friday's low, right? Go sideways, and then we could start seeing the higher highs. Because remember, in all those instruments I just showed you, there is a higher high inside here. So that kind of gives me indication that we may see some kind of reversal begin. Okay, so who knows? It could do that, right? And again, like I said, it could come up to this area. Maybe it will give us, another higher high inside of the range, because as of right now, that would be Friday's low, and then Friday's high here. And we still have the previous week's high over here. It could do a higher high, right? And then it could close, do a lower close, right? And maybe it closes inside of the range. Maybe it continues to close and break out again. If it closes and break out again, then obviously on Tuesday is a range expansion day. And that's what I'm looking to see, if Tuesday is going to hold the low, right? Or break out, boom, and then boom. You know what I mean? It could totally do that too. So that's what I'm looking for. I hope that made sense. I know this is going to be a short video. Oh, snap. Can you guys see that? I just realized that my screen. Uh-oh. There you go. Guys, I am so sorry, but this is not going to make me re-record. I'm just not doing that. But can you see that now? Because you can see my theory here of this higher high inside of this range here, and how I think it could possibly give us another higher high inside of the range, and then it could fall back down, perhaps close on the low, and then Tuesday when we have the range expansion, it breaks out one more time and fell and then goes up, right? That's my theory, and that's what I was trying to illustrate. So I hope that made sense, and I'm looking at that for all of those, the last, let me clear this up. I got to get my pen back out here. Get my pen, guys, where it is. Let's clear this. All right, so that is my analysis, right? And this is the Dow, MK, which is the Russell. This is the micro Russell, right? I'm liking the Dow and NQ and ES. I'm liking that a lot better. It's very clear. Even though the Russell has this, this first, looks like, it almost looks like it went one more for the low-hanging fruit, right? That's what it kind of looks like. But still the same principle, okay? Still the same principle. We do want to see if price is going to come to this area and get support, or if it's going to break out and then continue to go up, right? Still the same idea, but slight variation in how they close this end of day consolidation, right? This is still a level that I would look for it to trigger and do another higher high inside, and then have a reversal, right? And then come back to this low, and then on Tuesday it attempts to break lower, but it fails, right? That's what I'm thinking. But again, I could, it could come up to this level, right? And then it continues to it resets. It could be an outside day, right? Monday could be, triggering the previous day high, previous day low, and then close inside or close and breakout as an outside day, a potential reset. Or, it breaks the highs and then we start seeing, a potential reversal. So we'll see how that plays out, guys. But that's it for now. I wanted to keep it short. All right. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.